Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is another makeup and musings. This is a series I do on my channel where I just get ready with some makeup that I feel like playing around with, and I chat with you all about a topic that's on my mind. This week is kind of a more casual version, kind of more of like a coffee and makeup, a chit chat, get ready with me sort of style. I just want to talk about a bunch of things I'm looking forward to in the next month or so. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Morgan. I focus a lot of the content on my channel around purchasing with a purpose and really enjoying the things that you already own. If that sounds interesting to you, I'd love to have you subscribe before you go today. And now let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so as always with these makeup and musings videos, I will have everything I'm using listed in the description box down below because I kind of am not great at talking about one thing and also letting you know what I'm putting on my face at the same time. Also today, I may cut out certain sections of this video, parts of the getting ready process, because I'm actually filming right before I'm leaving to go do my hair trial for my wedding. So, oh, my cat is in here with me today. This is Roscoe. And so if I'm starting to run short on time, I'm gonna probably have to speed through some portions. So bear with me there. But that actually brings me to the first thing I wanna talk about. So my wedding is coming up pretty soon here. And I just wanna give you, first of all, a warning that my content's gonna be kind of a little bit weird for the upcoming season. I am pre-filming almost all of my material just so that the week of the wedding and the week after the wedding, I don't really have to think about filming, editing, YouTube, etc. So I'll probably be pretty much MIA on Instagram, and I'll be very mostly MIA in like the comments of my videos. That being said, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you for kind of sticking with me through a little bit of an odd time here while I'm trying to balance, real life and YouTube life. So my wedding is, understandably something I'm super excited for, that's coming up here soon. And that excitement has been like doubled by the fact that we're at herd immunity for guests for our wedding. So enough of our guests have been vaccinated fully, and that makes me feel just a lot more comfortable and excited about the wedding because I'm not as worried. Of course, we're still, mitigating risks in other ways and being as safe as we can, despite the fact that people are vaccinated. Vaccination's not 100% foolproof, so still definitely need to be careful. But it's just making me feel better, especially to know that some of our older family members are going to be vaccinated in time for the wedding. Please disregard the horrible shade match that's about to happen. This is definitely still too dark for me, but it's the foundation I want to use today. Dan and I were originally supposed to have our wedding last July, and we postponed because we just didn't feel comfortable gathering a group of people, even though we're having a pretty small wedding. So we are very excited and very ready to have our wedding now. I'm feeling really good about things, and I'm really excited for it to just be here. So even before the wedding, though, I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm really looking forward to. And I would say the first thing that springs to mind when I think about like what I'm excited about right now is our yard and garden that we're planning this year. So Dan and I bought a house last year. It's been almost exactly a year at this point, actually. And last summer, we didn't really have tons and tons of time to like get things ready to garden before it was time to actually plant everything. We basically moved in and then we would have had to plant like that week, and we didn't have, raised beds or anything like that. We did have one raised bed that is actually awesome. I'll pop a picture on the screen here because it's super cool because it's like standing height raised bed, and it was awesome. Last year we put tomatoes and then some spices in there, some herbs, and it was just so nice to have fresh tomatoes all summer, but that's kind of all we had time to plant. So I'm really excited. We've expanded now. We have like a whole entire area of our yard that we've dedicated to a garden. And I think it's gonna be so, so nice. We've got tons of stuff picked out that we're gonna plant. We are gonna plant more tomatoes this year because they grew so unbelievably well last year. I think we just have a full sun backyard. And so it's like just perfect for tomatoes. But we're also planting beans and squash and okra and some peppers, and I'm really, really, really excited. So kind of in addition to the gardening we're doing, we're also landscaping a bunch of our yard. So, I mean, by landscaping, I really just mean like picking out trees and shrubs and some of like the bigger items in a yard. So we have a big lot and we're kind of trying to reduce the amount of area that's going to be like just grass, because although we want a nice grassy yard, in Colorado it's so dry that watering a lawn is expensive and also not the most environmentally friendly thing to do. So we're kind of reducing that footprint a little. We're gonna plant some trees that in a few years will hopefully give us some shade over the grass that we do have. And I've just really been loving like doing the research to pick out what trees and bushes and shrubs will grow best here and thrive in kind of the Colorado environment. And it's kind of just giving us something to do this spring while we wait till it's time to plant like more flowering plants and our actual garden itself. It's been really nice to have like something else to focus on and to plant to get really like in the spring mood. And so yeah, that's been really, really nice. So last year we planted a couple trees in the fall, and it's looking like they all survived the winter, which is also really exciting. And then this year we're planting a couple fruit trees. We're planting a peach tree and a cherry tree is the plan right now. And then we picked out a nice lilac bush, and we're picking out some evergreens to go in the backyard so that we just have something to kind of look at in the winter time here. We don't really have like quote like real grass in our yard. We have like this type of brome that's native to Colorado, so it grows really well here, but it grows really early. So like our yard's already very green, and we, it's not like we've been watering it. And then it dies super early too, which is a bummer. And we found that out last year. I think it was dead by like maybe like mid-June. And then we just had like a dust bowl in our backyard the whole rest of the year. So we're gonna figure out a lawn solution someday. But for now, we're just kind of trying to focus on picking out the larger plants and trees that we wanna have in our yard long term. And personally for me, that has been an extremely rewarding thing. I love it. I'm really excited to have our house and to have a yard and to be able to kind of make it our own. If you're doing any gardening or landscaping this year, let me know in the comments down below what you're planting. Okay, so another thing I'm really, really looking forward to / kind of already enjoying right now is how beautiful the spring weather is in Colorado. So I grew up in the Midwest, and to me, spring has always been more so like just a season that I didn't love. It was like mushy because the snow was melting, and it was like still pretty gloomy out all the time because it rains quite a bit, and it's just not as much of a like season transition as I think I immediately wanted. I wanted like the instant gratification of summer as soon as winter started ending. And that's something that I sort of do get in Colorado. It's like a little bit more unpredictable, I think, in Colorado. Like, for example, we had like almost record highs all of last week, and then this upcoming week is supposed to be snow. So it's definitely kind of a little more unpredictable here, I think, but we've had so many beautiful days of weather already, like 70 degrees, full sun, absolutely gorgeous. And I personally really like snow as long as it's not like, months and months of cold and gloom and dark and sadness like it is in the Midwest. But here I associate snow with like a sunny day and the fact that it's probably gonna melt in like a week and a half or something. So that makes winter more enjoyable, but it also means that like this spring, I'm actually sort of looking forward to this last little bit of snow for the season. And it's because I know that it's not gonna last long and we're gonna be back to beautiful 70-degree days in no time. So I'm already kind of taking advantage of the Colorado weather this year, but it's making me even more excited for like years and years to come of having this type of a spring. Okay, so just a heads up here, I'm doing kind of two different eye looks because I'm testing out a couple different things that I am interested in. So don't mind the fact that these are going to be slightly uneven. They should look close enough by the end, but in case they don't, I wanted to warn you. So speaking of like just awesome weather, I am really excited for this summer because I'm making some kind of road trip travel sorts of plans with my sister and also one of Dan's sisters who lives here in Colorado. We, I think, are gonna do like a road trip in Colorado. I think it's gonna be really fun. You know, I've lived here for a year now, but things are really spread out here. And so just being in Colorado doesn't mean I'm close to like all the cool stuff that I want to see and experience. It just means I'm closer, but you still got to drive like 5 hours to get to most of like the state of Colorado. So I decided to finally just like bite the bullet, take a bunch of time off this summer and do some of that traveling. And I'm really excited for it. I'm also really hoping to travel back to Wisconsin this summer just to visit family and just for a change of pace, you know. I do really love it here in Colorado, but of course I miss Wisconsin as well. You know, it's where I grew up and then it's also where Dan and I spent the first chunk of our lives together. So it has a lot of sentimental value and it's where essentially my whole family lives. Okay, so I can tell that this eyeshadow is taking me a lot longer than I want it to. So I'm probably gonna speed up, go through this whole thing and catch back up with you all on the lip side of things. Okay, so just lipstick left here. This is not the lipstick I meant to put on today. Just wipe that off. All right, now we're at lipstick. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I would love to hear what you are looking forward to in your own life. So please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you're excited about that you have coming up, or something you're already working on now that you're really pumped about. I always love hearing other people's good news. It just puts me in the best mood ever. If you did have fun watching this, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel before you go today if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.